Let's talk about dating though with no sex. So, what are your thoughts?
You're like, tell me all about it, Jen.
Yeah. Well, give me your take on that, girl.
So basically, right now, I am celibate. I haven't abstinent, celibate, abstinent. Somebody put a post up on my friends on my page, their page the other day, and they were like, everybody talking about they celibate. It's not celibate, you're abstinent. I forgot what the reasoning was behind what he said, but it sounded legit. So I keep saying celibate, but I think it's abstinent. Anyway, I'm refraining from sex right now.
Okay.
I'm divorced, in another relationship after that for, I guess it's long-term relationship, 3 years long-term, right? And that didn't pan out the way that I wanted it to. So I'm back single. I don't want to say on the market because I'm not really looking for anybody. But being a single woman that does not have sex, it's great for me. But I think that's, I keep having to give this disclaimer because they don't know me. You know me. You know I'm not conceited.
Of course, far from it.
I tell guys up front that I'm not having sex. I'd say I have guys take me on trips. I have guys buy me nice extravagant things. I have guys checking on me all the time. I have guys want to take me on nice dates. And I want to share my experience with people on social media. But at the same time, I feel like this is not a normal thing. This is a Jen thing. Everybody's not you, so everybody's not going to have that experience.
Right.
But I'm almost at the point where I want to test it out. Like, ladies, put your foot down and say this. But it's always going to be the ones that's not willing to put their foot down, and they just going,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they mess it up for everybody else. Because if you have a standard and you stick with it, and the guy really vibing with you when he feel you, he's gonna go with what you say.
Right. And that's just setting your boundaries, ladies. Like, you have to have boundaries, like, because like you just, to piggyback just what you said, if somebody is really into you and they want to build you and they, you know, are really feeling you and, you know, they're going to stick around if you're who they want. So it's like, don't feel like, you know, you got to give it up just to, you know, just to stay connected to somebody, you know, because it's like, if we just here because of sex, then like that's all we have, you know. So if you're willing to do all these things that you just mentioned and sex is not a factor, and it's like, okay, I know that the love, the care is there, like,
bingo,
you know. So it's not even people like, oh, it's no way all of this is happening, and you know she ain't giving it up. It can happen,
that's
you know.
Right.
So it's just you setting your boundaries, putting your feet down, like you just mentioned, and just, you know, having expectations, you know. And that's how you're respected, you know. So if someone wants that, if they really want you, and if they can accept those, it pretty much accept your terms, then that's what it is. If they can't, then they're not for you.
That's right. That's right. Everything she said. And, you know, I look at it like, you know, platonic dating, right? It's refreshing. I know the first time since I've been in this position, and one of my good friends took me out of town. And they were whining and dining me. Okay, of course. So first and foremost, they took me out of town, right? It cost money. And it was not super far. Like, we didn't get on a plane, but we drove for a while.
Okay.
Then we were staying at the Ritz-Carlton because, of course, it's going to be 5-star accommodations, right? Nothing less. So with all of that, and we had the, I know we drinking the Bel Air Rosé right now, but we had the Verve Clico on deck. You already know that's my drink. And everything was just like boom, 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 boom. And I was so thoroughly impressed. Like, everything was just laid out. And so if y'all don't know, I'm on my spiritual journey, right? So I've been doing a whole lot with seeking the kingdom, reading the Bible, all of these things. And while the night is continuing on, I'm just like, this guy is going to expect me to have sex with him. Mm-hmm. Women know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Like, it's almost like this has been laid out. This is, you know, this is going down later. And I was just like, wow, I felt pressure, but at the same time, I was tingling a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I think you even mentioned that to me about the whole pressure, like, but you just stay true to you, you know?
And that's where I was going with it. So it was just like, at a certain point, we were transitioning. We had did so much that particular day. We had breakfast, lunch, we went shopping, we walked around, we had drinks walking around. It's just a whole vibe when you go out of town. And then we had went back to the room. He had went down to the bar, got the Verve Clicquot, came back up, we popped that bottle, and I'm just a little tipsy at this point. I'm like, whoo, I'm already feeling like this. Like, you know, normally at home, I'm like right out of bushy tail to go out. So, yeah, we were about to get dressed to go for dinner. And in my head, I'm like, ooh, it's going to go down when you come back. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, ooh, no, Jen, we're not there.
Right.
That's not where we are in life. You know what I'm saying? And what I have going on with my spiritual journey, I wasn't really willing to risk it. Mm-hmm. I was like, I got too much going on with where I am right now with my spiritual journey to risk that. Yeah. So then I just like, it was so like a hallmark moment. I stood up with him, I grabbed his hands, and I was just like, look, let me explain to you where I am with things. And he was so receptive. Mm-hmm. He was like, I understand. Mm-hmm. Like the look on his face, like, I understand. Don't worry about that. It's good. And he was so smooth with it. I'm just like,
like, he really not tripping? Like,
penny dropper!